rosiest of days, can I find a way to say I am who I am? And you cannot sing along, the melody's not long, but it's fine, it's just fine. And the days are getting on, I'm feeling a little old, and I'm honestly a little worried about it. And the days are getting on, guess it's time. Gotta find a way to make a set of changes. I don't mind, but I mind. And I gotta find a way to make a set of changes. I don't mind, but you know I mind. And I gotta find a way. The melody's not long, but it's fine, it's just fine. Days are getting long, I'm feeling a little low, and I'm honestly a little worried about that. Days are getting
What a great video. I already forgot to fucking record the 60-minute edition.
I have you. Push me down the waterfall.
12-minute edition.
I may have my doubts. Ride me down the snowy hill. In the end, I'll figure it out. As the days are getting on, I'm feeling a little low, and I'm honestly a little worried
Feel the
about
heat?
it.
Why is that not in
The days are getting on.
There you go. Alright, we'll turn the water on.
I'd be better if I did.
Flame out edition.
Days are getting on, feeling a little low, and I'm honestly a little worried about it. And the days are getting on. How about you? And I don't make no sense. Things don't make no sense, and it's alright.
Alright, here we go. Alright. A little bit of chill haze, but it's pretty clear. You can see the writing behind, I have the logo towards me, and you can still see it quite nice. This has been conditioning for, well, almost 2 months. It's actually 2 months to the day of brew day. So this is Gnomestead. It's 5.9% ABV, 25 IBUs, all Aramis hops, Saison parfait yeast. Try to go through the list of information. It's been a while since I brewed this, so I'm a little, I have notes off to the side, if you can forgive me. But so I did a 60-minute edition, a 12-minute edition, and a flame out edition of Aramis hops. Unfortunately, I did not dry hop this beer. I probably should have. This is the first time I did a Saison in my normal setup, which is, you know, temperature controlled, nice stainless, conical, you know. Normally I just do ambient fermentations with these beers. I just pop it in an anvil bucket and take it home, you know. So it's kind of funny. I actually had, you know, more control, but it presented new challenges because I'm not used to doing this style this way. But so I set it at 75 degrees day one, and within let's say about a whole day, it raised 3 degrees ambient wise. Day 3 at 11 a.m. it was already up to 81, and 12 hours later it was up to 87. So like this beer just took off, you know, started going crazy. I eventually capped at 90 degrees, and by day 5 the fermentation was done. I started chilling at that point, but I wish I kind of didn't. I probably should have gave it like an extra day or two just to sit on the yeast and clean up any off flavors or aromas. But I was on vacation that week, so I was trying to like squeeze in another brew day. So it is what it is. It turned out to be just fine. But anyways, let's take a nose if I can't think of any other some things to talk about. So it's very floral. That's what I've noticed from the Aramis hops. It's very, very floral. If you use too much, which I kind of did in the first version of this beer, it can get a little medicinal in the flavor, but that eventually like fades, it kind of smooths itself out. But so very floral in the aroma. Get a little bit of like maybe lemongrass. Like it's somewhat lemony, but very, very subtle. You get it on the flavor too, which I'll get to in a minute, but I don't mean to jump ahead. But get your classic, Belgian notes, a little bit of clove. I do get a little bit of banana in this as well, which I don't normally get that in my saisons, to be honest. This is my second time using this yeast, by the way. I've been super happy with it. So anyways, very floral. There's a little bit of like sauce, like pepperiness or spiciness to it. It doesn't. I'm not sure if that's the yeast or the Aramis, but probably a little bit. I'm leaning towards yeast, to be honest. All right, let's go in for the taste. Oh yeah, this is my first time having this in about 2 weeks, so it's actually changed even more since then. But yeah, very soft in the mouthfeel. It's not as thin as some saisons I've made, like saisons rather. I usually use French saison yeast, 3711 I believe it is, and it's a workhorse. Yeah, it ferments like a motherfucker, but it doesn't really create that. The yeast character is very muted in that strain. Like, I think the only high point of that strain or positive is that it ferments out very dry. Like it'll attenuate down to like 1002, no problem. But other than that, it's not really a good saison yeast if I'm being honest. Like you prefer to like co-pitch that with something else, so you get like the benefits of the initial yeast that you pitch, and then finish it with the 3711 to really dry it out. That's the way I would approach that yeast. And I've used that yeast maybe 4 times, and that's kind of my takeaway with that yeast. But with this, it gets there most of the way. Like this finished at 1006. The last time I used this also finished at 1006. It's very dry, but there's body. There's a little bit of silkiness to it. Almost, I wouldn't say creaminess, but it's silky. Yeah, like again in the flavor, just like the aroma, where the lemon note, I would say it's kind of like lemongrass, if that makes any sense. Like it's a little, there's a citrusy note there, sure, but it's like nuanced lemon. I do get like there's like a noble hop flavor to it as well. Aramis is, I believe, I want to say Strisselspalt, how the fuck you pronounce that. It's like a sister, or from that lineage, or whatever you want to call it. So I could see how there would be some noble vibes going on in this. You can see my beard. But super crushable. Like this is something. What got me into saisons is the fact that you can like brew something that's like just over 5, or even like mid 4s, and it's crushable all day long. It's something you can drink without getting drunk. You can have quite a lot of it and still function somewhat. And as it warms up, you get a little bit more of that pepperiness. I think both in the aroma and the flavor, actually. I want to talk a little bit about the spelt in this beer as well. So, spelt does come across very much like wheat. Very similar flavor, although slightly different. And I don't know if there's anything to it, but well, the kernels look slightly different as well, but the flavor is very similar. I wonder though if there's something to the fact that it may clear out a little bit better than wheat. I'm not sure if the protein content is higher or not. I believe it is actually, so that probably shouldn't make sense. But like I've made saisons with only like 13% red wheat, and it comes forth like very pronounced. And with 20% spelt, it's not as pronounced. So maybe, I don't know, I'm just fucking like throwing shit against the wall here, but there might be something to the fact that spelt maybe like settles out a little bit better or easier than wheat does in terms of like the haze. The flavor is a different thing, of course, because that is very clear. It is 2 months old, but I think if I used 20% wheat in this beer, it wouldn't be that clear. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Conversation difficult. Anyways, I'm going to talk myself in circles at this point. Super happy with this beer. I really am. Like it turned out, this is the second time I brewed this beer. This is something I'm trying to like refine and make better over time. I feel like I'm onto something, and I just want to keep it going and improving. So yeah, going forward, okay, there you go. Next segment. How would I improve this beer? Dry hop it. Even don't go crazy. Just a little bit. I want that floral from the Aramis to pop a little bit more. I always say that, and I very rarely dry hop my beers. Unfortunately, I need to start doing it more. I don't want to be that person that fucking dry hops everything. I made a lambic and I dry hopped it. I don't want to be that guy. But that being said, yeah, Saison, this could have used it. It is very aromatic, but I think boosting that Aramis and kind of highlighting it a little bit more would have been nice. But that'll be next time, which I will be using Aramis next time as well. Probably for the hot side, and then maybe dry hop with Barbe Rouge or maybe a combination of Aramis and Barbe Rouge. We'll see. My beer drinks more than I do. I just saw it drip there. All right, I will shut the fuck up. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry it was so long in between videos. I've kind of had a rough summer, but at any rate, thank you so much. No, I'm out.